So, I want to share some unscripted thoughts with you today because I've just gotten off of a Teams meeting with an emerging leader who's really struggling to show up in a way that she feels good about in challenging situations. And as she was giving me some examples, I was listening to her thought process and it was really sound. She's very smart. She's very thoughtful. She's got good leadership instincts. So I listened to her for a little bit and then I affirmed that. And I said to her, "Oh, you're so good." And she broke down and said, "I don't feel good. I feel incompetent. I feel everyone is so much better and so much smarter than I am. I don't know what I'm doing." She said, "I don't feel good." And we cried together because it's such a relatable feeling. And as we processed through it, because of course, the question that she and so many others ask, and I ask myself, is how do I get out of that? How do I get past that? I have two thoughts. One, this feeling of not enough, not good enough, not whatever, fill in the blank enough, is part of our human experience. And so giving ourselves grace in that moment and recognizing every single person walking around in the world is feeling that at some point. And the second thing then that comes to mind is right next to that is moments when we don't feel that way. Even if 95% of the time we're feeling like shit, no doubt there are times when you recognize your goodness because you are good. That's who you are. That is how God made you, is good. If we can connect back to those times when we do feel good and remember that, even if it's like a tiny little shred of goodness that we can hold on to, it will so help us to get grounded in who we are and sustain those really challenging moments. I encouraged her as we were talking to take time, like writing down her intention, something in her faith, a mantra, something to go back to in those moments when we feel like shit, something to latch onto that reminds us who we are. So that's my takeaway from this conversation. Recognize that those moments when we feel less than are so normal, that everyone's feeling that way sometimes. And that out beyond that is a place where we do know who we are. And if we can find ways to tap into that, it makes those moments a little more bearable. What a great way to take care of yourself and each other.